Hey, what's up guys? Matt here. Welcome to my book review for The Way of Edan by Dr. Philip Chase, the booktuber on YouTube and the English literature professor, Dr. Philip Chase. I'm excited about this review. Really, I'm excited about all my reviews, but this review in particular is pretty cool because the author, Dr. Philip Chase, follows me on Twitter. That will not sway my review scale or review scores in any way, but I would just like to preface that by saying he follows me on Twitter. He liked my tweets as I was talking about the book. So that's something that is something to think about. But truly, this is an amazing book, and I think my review isn't painted by if he liked my review or not. So here we go. Okay, so this is The Way of Edan, book 1 in the Edan trilogy, like I said, by Dr. Philip Chase. If you're interested in a classical fantasy with the pacing of a modern fantasy, have I got the book for you. If you're interested in self-published authors, if you're interested in sorcery, wizardry, medieval battles, gore, and monsters, have I got the book for you. The Way of Edan is it for you. This book was absolutely electrifying. From the first page, I was hooked, and I couldn't get enough of this story. I devoured this story. This is a 448-page book, and I finished it in really 2 days, is what we'll call it. This was an amazing book. I said classical fantasy, yes. It is there. It's a fresh take on a classical fantasy story for sure. A fresh take on classical fantasy, modern fantasy, and the chosen one trope or storytelling device. I was taken by the prose of this story, the world building, and this is really book 1 in a trilogy. So I'm excited to continue reading because the epilogue and the ending of this book really lends itself to reading more books. I think it might have been planned out by having more than one book. So that's something exciting. There's so much in this world. It's beautiful, it's exciting, it's deep, and it's breathtaking, diverse. There's so much lore and story behind this world. I could gush and gush about this story over and over again. You will not be disappointed reading this story. If you can see behind me the things that I've read The Wheel of Time, some Stormlight Archive, some Mistborn, a little bit of Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to get through Lord of the Rings. I'm really excited about the Lord of the Rings. I like modern fantasy and things like that, but I've also read Stephen King's It and The Shining and Doctor Sleep. But this was a great change of pace for me, considering I had just finished It and Doctor Sleep and The Shining, so I needed something to kind of get me back into my fantasy roots. I mentioned the prose. Here is an example of the prose, and I meant to get it down. Let me find it here. I've got it written down, but it's much nicer to read it. Okay, I found it here, page 29. This is an example of the prose that hooked me from the start of this novel, and I mean hooked me. I couldn't put the book down after that. Okay, this is chapter 2, page 29. The girl remained still, but Sakura's eyes widened a fraction as she released herself into the realm of origins. Leaving behind her body, she joined her surroundings, aware of every emotion, yet detached from all like an ethereal observer. She heard her voice chant the song of origin, Drunail Vardani Nandunai. From the timeless realm of origins, she imparted some of her own energy to the little one's fevered body to fight the small organisms poisoning it. Dimly aware that time was passing for the mortals nearby, she remained in an eternal present. Oh, that's exactly what I want to read in a fantasy. I love the world between worlds trope. I don't know if it's a trope, but my goodness, it's spectacular, and it's spectacularly done in this book. Like I said, there is the chosen one fantasy, but this takes fresh twists that you don't see coming. The beginning of this story, like I said, is electrifying, and you will not be disappointed in the story. There are many races in this world. There are humans, there are dwarves, dweorgs, there are Vikings, which are the Thongs, dragons, trolls, elves, and then things called pukas, which I describe as Gollum or Schmeagol, if you kind of get the drift there. Incredibly amazing. Also, the story is very violent. I mean, it is violent at points, but it's exciting. Okay, I want to talk about the magic system, because it's something I love in my stories, I love in my fantasy novels. The magic system is something that I want to talk about. This is a soft magic system. This was a very interconnected magic system with the world, its history, and its use. Sorcerers and sorceresses, songs of the origin realms of the origin, realm of the forms. There is a sorceress who shoots fire from her fingertips. Yeah, okay, incredible. This is known as an empathetic magic system based on emotions, where people touch and reach towards minds and gain access of emotions. Emotions of everything. Animals, beasts, humans, and all. Okay, I will, you can read my review scores on the website. I go a little bit more in depth on the review scores on the website, so you can check that out below. But that is The Way of Edan. There is an incredible story here, and I'm excited to talk about that. But I don't have much time today to talk about that. But that is The Way of Edan by Dr. Philip Chase. An amazing, amazing novel. The next time you see me, other than my currently reading video, I will probably be a father of two. This is our son, Everett. Say hi.
Hi.
This is Everett, and our daughter is about to be born, Everett's sister. So by the next time you see me after the currently reading video, probably be a father of two. So this is an exciting book for me. Yeah, I had to finish it before she got here. But that is The Way of Edan by Dr. Philip Chase. 5 out of 5. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in another video, my currently reading video. Thanks. Bye. In my fantasy stories is a magic system. And this is a